I'm Mitch Leslie here with Matthew Morello for quite an interesting match here. I mean, we've seen plenty of the Gladiators so far, Matt. They always tend to be sort of swinging at the middle of the pack, but there's a sense that this has to be the year where they rise above that. The whole league, though, has gotten better, and so has the Boston Uprising.
It was a really long off season. I'm really looking forward to playing against Glads, which is like one of the best teams in the league. Yeah, I'm just like very excited to see like how we as a team improved.
떨리는 마음도 있지만 좀 신나는 기분이 더 강한 것 같아요. 좀 신나요.
하나, 둘, 셋, 보쌈 파이팅!
As we head to Oasis for our first map.
Let me know where
That'll be the Boston Uprising taking that first point.
Like we won the first round of the whole thing and everyone was stoked. Everyone was screaming like, let's go, you know, whatever. I knew that we needed to like, you know, keep a level head and stay focused on what the next map holds because it's, you know, we just won the first round. It doesn't mean we win the map, so.
Hey, focus.
포커스.
Keep calm.
Yeah, stay calm.
We obviously stumbled on the next map, and whether that's because people were nervous or whatever, or we just played bad, like it was hard to tell. That could be nerves, especially since it was the first game for a lot of guys. Like even me, I was nervous about the game too, so.
The shield for stand one very, very low here, and the Gladiators seal the deal.
일단 1세트 오어시스 때 이겼다면 경기 결과가 달라졌을 것 같긴 한데 사실 그 전맵 따는 게 제일 중요한 것 같아서.
In terms of strategy, we are prepared in terms of like handling the pressure of the official and getting things to work, getting the momentum of the game. This is where we kind of failed, and this is probably the most important part. As I said, like it's pointless to spend too much time dwelling on like the bad performance against Gladiators because it was clearly like the pressure of the official.
It does not even look like Boston might be able to get back and get a touch. Just stand one. Yep, his jump is stopped early as that's the Gladiators going up 2-0 in the series.
We had our set plan of like the Doomfist Sigma thing. Well, it worked most of the time and majority of the time in practice, you know, whatever, but we couldn't execute it in scrim in the match, so that was unfortunate. We just got stuck a bit, especially on second point. We just couldn't really go anywhere or do anything.
Space gets two with the self-destruct, and 937 gets bopped. This is looking one-sided as they come, and the Boston Uprising get absolutely suplexed here by the Gladiators in that third map to make it a 3-0 sweep.
안 돼. 재미없어 그냥 그만둬.
바꿀 수 있었던 거. 아예 첫 맵으로 그냥 처음부터 다시 하는 거.
After that game, it was like everyone was disappointed. We thought we could definitely beat those guys, especially watching them play against other teams. We thought, oh, they're not as strong as we thought. You know, we could definitely beat them.
Right after the defeat, of course, everybody was like down. It's horrible in general to lose trio like that because you just got dominated.
It's like you just don't have time to think about it because the next game was for us was tomorrow, and so you just literally cannot think about it, which is like at one point frustrating because you know you want to think about it and you want to go into the mistakes that you made and try and think of how you could have done better, but at the same time that's also pointless because it's over. It's one match, you know, you can't go back in time and fix it.
But right after like 5, 10, 15 minutes after it, it was important for the players to kind of forget about this game or only get like the useful part that they could use for the next match because we had a match right after that, the next day, so.
연습한 대로 최대한 보여주자. 결과가 어떻든 우리가 하는 거 보여줘. 오케이? 네. 그리고 뭘 하든 무리한다 생각하지 마. 우리 원래 하던 플레이를 기억해, 오케이? 대회라고 좀 조심하거나 대회라고 좀 더 무리하거나 그렇게 하지 말라고. 원래 하던 대로.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Yes, it's time for our second match of the day.
처음 경기 졌다 해서 뭐 포기하거나 그것 때문에 뭐 크게 상심해가지고 게임 못할 정도로 상심해가지고 그 정도도 아니니까.
Let's go, 화이팅!
The poll was not great from us. I think that was even an amplified case of everyone thinking too much about trying to win in the moment and not actually going through the steps to win. It's a bit disappointing.
And all of Mondada's gold is not going to be enough consolation for the Uprising there, who get absolutely boomed.
The first map was really bad, so I was afraid that we would do the same mistakes as we did the match before, where like the pressure is too much, they get the momentum of the game. But we did manage to stabilize on the second map.
We started on defense and we were looking pretty good, to be honest. We were kind of hopeful coming into attack that we could win. There was one fight which was pretty crucial to the game, I think. Everyone planned to do something with their ult for the next fight, but we all just sent our ults into them and we won the fight really easily, but we used like 4 at least. And so on the very last fight, when they were recontesting, they came back with, you know, just more ults than us and we just got stomped from there. I think that fight was really crucial and annoying to lose, but I think that's where we fell down.
Overtime is over, and the Boston Uprising are cheated out of a potential map win.
At least there was like hope, you know, that like the momentum was going our way. We were controlling it, we were more calm in the communication and everything.
Sky was a similar story where, again, on defense, we just kind of crumbled and fell apart and didn't do the steps. They ended up capping the map again with time, and then at that point, it's like you kind of know you messed up at some point. So I think it was hard to win from there.
I'm 37 goes down, he trades for Fearless, but Stan 1 is also removed and pumped. Another biotic grenade from Fielder. He is making it so hard on the Uprising now, and the Dallas Fuel clean up the series. A bit of a scrappy showing on Volskaya, Matthew, but that was all that they needed to do.
So after the Fuel match, one thing that Laurie did, and I think it's a good move, is like he actually told the players like, so we might be out of the melee tournament, but we're not out of the league. So like he puts things in perspective a little bit. So
those last games were crap, but we have another chance now. We have, you know, there's always going to be more games. This isn't like the end of the season. We haven't lost the league. You know, it's 2 games. Like, yeah, it sucks, but we've got many more to come, and so you just got to keep going, basically.
저희가 연습대로 못해서 그게 너무 아쉬웠고 그게 힘든 거죠. 저희가 했던 대로 못했으니까.
we only have like 3 days of practice before the next match. We've prepared a lot, and I think the performance that we did last weekend was mostly due to nerves and first official.
2 days of hard practice now, and then just coming into the next games with a fresh mindset and like really focused in and like no hesitation. I think we'll do great.
하나, 둘, 셋. 보스턴 화이팅!
In general, the Justice is a solid team from what we've seen. So it's definitely going to be still a tough opponent. We have a lot of tough opponents for the melee tournament.
I think they have all standout players mainly. You know, they've got Decay, Mag, Jerry, who we had on our team. So I think all of their players are like super skilled, especially their tanks and DPS.
파이팅! 파이팅!
파이팅!
파이팅!
Yeah, Washington are just simply going to get mopped up here. There's nothing that Decay can do. They're getting pressured down. He would have to contest Faith on the point as well. There's rally armor on everybody.
Oh my god.
And simply no impact from the Washington Justice. What a good beginning for the Boston Uprising.
워싱턴 경기 부산 때 저희가 처음에 충분히 할만했던 것 같아서 저희가 해나간 대로만 하면 되겠다 했었는데 조금씩 저희가 준비한 게 틀어지면서 약간 좀 문제가 생긴 것 같습니다.
And nobody touches the points. They had the players, Josh.
Well, Skya has been like a big issue in scrims for us. We are like really bad at capturing the second point. Fortunately, Punk hit this huge grab and Valentine just pulse-bombed it, and it was done for.
They have Nano and Grab here, Boston. I'm expecting those things to be used together.
Ball.
Here it comes.
Valentine in the right place at the right time.
제가 제 하이라이트라기보다는 펑크 선수 하이라이트라고 생각을 하는데 상대도 못했고 우리가 그 실수를 잘 캐치했기 때문에 그런 하이라이트가 나왔다고 생각을 해요.
Good grab, Punk.
나이스 그래.
I know.
It was just like those small mistakes, right? That like on attack there was a small mistake from probably G1, and on defense there was another small mistake. And if we don't make those, then we can easily win the map. Mac played really well in the whole match. Like the moment where he did just bubble G1, it's just okay. If G1 doesn't react to it, or if he can't react to it, then they just win the map. They basically just outplay us by making sure that they punish his mistakes in some way. And Mac did this really well over the whole series. So while I say that there's like mistakes you make, and if you don't make them, then maybe you win, we also have to give props to like Washington and Mac. The first two maps were close. Hopefully we don't like fall into that mode again where we just get like nervous or we just like give up now because it's 2-0.
There's a bio-nade, so Valentine has to back. Oh, I'm 37 is caught. Oh, the Amp Matrix as well. That is so much damage on top of the Deadeye, and look at that!
I think honestly M37 was relatively consistent throughout, especially on the King's Row, where he just kind of clutched unwinnable fights for us over and over again. We were actually on his POV quite a lot when we're spectating the game, and he was really clicking on all cylinders.
이제 저희가 상대 그래도 3명이 묶여가지고 3명이 다 죽었었는데 이제
The payload. Someone just about gets onto it. The grab is going to connect. Immortality Field laid down with a bunch of ultimates.
각성한 듯이 그냥 면봉 선수랑 임삼칠 선수가 이제 갑자기 뭉치면서 윈도우를 같이 쓰는 장면이 나왔었는데 그게
But now they're playing into this Amp Matrix in close quarters. Boston looking to try and turn this one. It's so dangerous to play into this one because I'm 37 is making full advantage of it. The Amplification Matrix gives him all the damage he needs. The Deadeye on top. I don't believe what I'm witnessing.
연습한 성과가 나와가지고 드디어 거기서도 한 장면 하이라이트를 보여준 것 같아가지고 되게 그 선수들한테 감사하고 있습니다.
Jin absolutely played his minds out. Like it was really good to see because Jin is probably one player who was criticized a lot coming into this season and the last season he played in season 2 in 2019. So seeing him be able to show on a match day what he shows in practice, because we know he can be like really good.
Gravitic Flux now comes out into the Gravitic Flux to push them off of the cart. Bebe falls in the end. Boston so close to doing it. The Rock connects closer, trying to contest, but it's not enough. And the Boston Uprising are going to be taking a map in this series and showcasing again that they can stand up to the titans that is the Washington Justice.
Just winning that one map was a huge relief for the whole team because up until that point we are like 0-8, right? Getting that first map win and getting it off of not the enemies being bad but us actually playing really well is a huge relief for the whole team, and I think it helped us throughout the rest of the week.
뭐 팀 분위기야 언제나 뭐 나빴던 적은 없었지만 그래도 처음 몇 승리를 하고 나서 우리도 이제 가능성이 있다라고 생각하고 나서 더 좋아진 것 같습니다.
Havana is a weird one because I think overall we did pretty well, but then I kind of have to think that it's because of nerves or something, because on our attack on third point we just did something really stupid, and then we ended up in like a spot that you don't end up in normally.
Caught just outside of the spawn doors. Justice will hold on.
그거를 이기면 딱 2대2에다가 쟁탈 마지막 맵으로 넘어가는데 제가 좀 떨고 긴장해가지고 메이로 뭐라도 해보고 싶어가지고 힘 억지로 끌고 가면서 제 마음대로 했던 게 있던 것 같은데.
He's mad with the Earth Shatter. It takes down stand 1. It might just be enough. The players are so low on either side, but the Blizzard should seal it.
잘했다. 들어가자.
Getting one map and playing the way we played against Washington, it was really good. It was a huge improvement from last week, where last week it was just all out, we just got all out wrecked. And against Washington we played well. If you play well against one of the best teams and you still lose, then you can still be proud of yourself. While we do have the ambition to win against those good teams, and I think we have the ability to as well. Right now in the state that we were in, where we just lost 2 games, having that one game where we played actually well but still lost, it was really good for us.
Quick green yesterday, tough loss, but you guys look really good. I'm gonna take his job.
Oh yeah. You're the speedrun again.
You can't say that on camera.
What?
You can't say that on camera.
You can't say the camera. What the fuck are you doing now? What the fuck are you doing now?
He needs to prepare for match.
Oh. Hey, don't distract me. Now recording now. Not record. Recording now. Hey, watch this. Stop. Watch that. Watch that. Bro, watch my bull gameplay on master.
Thank you. It's time to get a little bit serious, a little bit silly, but we're going to prepare for our first match here. The Boston Uprising yesterday, it showed a little bit of grit, a little bit of gumption against that Washington Justice team.
뭐 런던 경기는 일단 거의 저희가 준비한 대로만 하면 무조건 이길 거라고 생각하긴 했고.
London, I think, is struggling a bit more. So I guess we can expect it to be easier than the Justice and like the other match that we had, but it's still something. Like we have to be careful about every opponent, not underestimate them.
Ilios against London, it started really well again. It seemed like we got all over our nerves, like kind of taken care of.
Just a lot of survivability.
Oh!
Get players back on the respawn as I'm 37 just deletes Shax there.
Fortunately, we do end up winning. Just winning that first map against London already was something that set us up for the rest of the series, where it is just an important psychological factor where you win the first map and you're like in a way better mood about what's to come. Anubis, I was kind of surprised because it's actually one of our best maps in practice. On the fight that we should have won on second point, where we should have captured the whole map, Lucio was just wall riding. Calyx, who obviously played with Boston before, was just like wall riding, and it seemed like no one can hit her.
Lucio. Kill you. Matter. Dim. Landed. Box right side. Help me. Kill Lucio.
Dude, kill Lucio.
I don't know what went wrong, but like I saw Punk not hitting shots, I saw Jin not hitting shots. No one hit that Lucio.
솔직히 3대0 날 줄 알았는데 힘들더라고요. 왠지 모르겠는데.
I'm 37. Oh, okay, that is a huge stick, but somehow still Blase stays alive with the shielding and... Oh, there's no touch.
On Blizzard World, again, we're in the mindset of, I think we're in the mindset of we actually have to do something. So going into attack, you saw that the guys were actually like really focused and wanted to win the match because we just like rolled through London.
Hard right now, Pulse Bomb though. What a good reason to give up chaperoning duties.
We played around our ultimate economy really well. Like everyone did what they had to do. Our second point was like marvelous. It was amazing. Then the final third point fight basically just clean up for us.
Unfortunately, it doesn't last forever. The mines are removed and the Boston Uprising absolutely dominate the Spitfire on Blizzard World, Matt.
Usually on the water, you should be able to get to third point and then you get hold there because third point is hard. Or maybe end of second sometimes because end of second can be hard. And sometimes you get hold on first point.
Yeah, I mean, this looks very over.
This has been a dismal showing on Dorado.
It was just a poor performance for us, honestly. And London deserved to win that map, like as clearly as they did.
솔직히 런던 상대로 풀 세트 스코어까지 갈 줄은 상상도 못했고 그래도 저희가 항상 준비한 대로만 하면 충분히 이길 수 있을 거라 생각해서 딱히 크게 뭐 긴장은 안 했던 것 같아요.
왜 이렇게 우리가 다 급한 것 같지라는 생각을 했고 솔직히 마지막 가서도 저는 그때는 별로 안 떨렸거든요. 그냥 이겼다. 그냥 우리가 잘하는 맵이다 하고 생각을 해서 저렇게 제가 정크레스를 잘한다고 생각을 해서 그냥 쉽게 이겼다라고 생각을 했어요.
Position where Boston didn't even have to play the point significantly. What?
That's a remote mine through the left-hand side room. I mean, they're too close together. Valentine's able to punish the fact that the Spitfire filter into a choke, even though they're in control of the point. And the Riptire claims Hardy. It could all be over here. The Spitfire make a crucial mistake. Calyx goes down. It's a wrecking ball. That's all the Spitfire have to work with, and that's too little, too late in the day. And the Uprising ended.
Nice boys, nice.
Good job. Still a victory.
이길 때 춤추면 기념하고 좋잖아. 이제 팀끼리의 약간 추억 쌓기 그런 거지.
It's recording. I pressed record already. Alright, let's see if I haven't flossed in a while.
Oh, so cool.
뭐 다른 날들도 다 이기면은 한 명씩은 춤추기로 했지만 다 져가지고 못 춘 거고. 돈의 이제 섹시 댄스로 팀의 사기가 올라가지 않았나 생각이 듭니다.
How about next Paris quiz? No, we do randomized.
Okay.
Now on.
Randomized?
Yeah.
Really?
Everyone knows their name.
No one's gonna want to win now because
Well, we don't find out until after. After we win, then we draw the name.
Yeah, but there's no three.
뭐 그때 당시 기분은 좋긴 했는데 뭐 그 상대가 가장 뭐 약하다고 불리는 런던이기도 하고 그리고 그 전 경기도 충분히 이기만 했던 경기들이 많았었는데 그 부분이 좀 그냥 아쉬웠어요. 경기 이긴 것보다는.
Maybe my performance was a bit disappointing. Not what we wanted and not what we were working towards. And everyone here wanted to win and do really well. So it was a bit disappointing.
연습한 만큼 안 나와서 아쉽다 이 정도. 연습한 만큼 못해서 아쉽다.
One of the biggest things that we figured in the matches was that we sometimes lack team cohesion. What we figured we should do in this 1.5 week off that we have, we will do a lot of team activities. It's gonna help the team become a team, and it's gonna be able to get from me and me and me to us, which is the most important thing.
Yeah, so we started with a facility tour of the New England Revolution's facility, and it was really awesome. I think for a lot of guys, they really enjoyed it.
처음에는 제가 그렇게 축구에 크게 흥미는 없어서 뭐 큰 기대는 안 하고 가긴 했는데 축구 연습실에 들려보니까 뭐 되게 좋고 시설도 잘 돼 있고 거기 잔디 구장도 되게 엄청 잘 돼 있어서 저희도 만약 오버워치 리그가 잘 되고 저희 팀이 잘 발전한다면 그런 좋은 연습실 가지고 싶습니다.
우리 연습실로 쓰고 싶다. 축구는 재밌었고 좀 약간 유럽 애들이 확실히 출신이 축구 출신이란 건지 잘하더라고.
It's always a little hard because esports players are generally not in the best of conditioning, and in soccer you have to run a lot.
Going into that, I was pretty confident in myself because I know that I'm probably one of the best guys there. I mean, we kind of clapped Val's team, you know, we kind of clapped Askov's team. I don't want to say anything about French football, but like German football is just superior. We decided we do like a golden goal setup where it was 3-3 and the next goal wins, and obviously we ended up scoring the last goal. I had like a long ball to Leighton and Leighton just sank it into the right side. So
Yeah, so mini golf I think was another fun activity. We did that after the soccer because we thought, you know, guys would probably be a little sore.
I did the first two. I did the third one.
Mini golf was fun. Like, it's mini golf. It's kind of inoffensive. It's kind of hard to hate mini golf. You know, where the ball's really close to the hole and you got to do a gentle putt. Did like a couple of holes where I just went back and forth 3 times, over and over, just hitting the brim of the hole when it bounces out. Oh, it was awful.
Try again. Try again. I tried again. I failed once and then I try again. Do it.
I'd say overall pretty happy with how it went, pretty happy with my performance, with the exception of the last hole, which inevitably ended up being the only time I was filmed, and I choked hard because we were the last team to get to that hole. Everyone was watching, and it was the worst hole out of any for me.
Look away.
Everybody look. Disgusting, don't look at
Look away. I think we
Oh my god. That doesn't work. Yes!
Was it like 6, 7?
It's literally his worst hole all day. Hey?
Oh.
Yeah, I enjoyed paintball. I couldn't do paintball for long. Maybe it's because I'm not very physically fit, but the short time I do play paintball, I've always had like a really good time.
Oh, you are a Vancouver American card, right? Just what the?
잠깐 멍청하게 보여서 당황하는 거 보고 싶어서.
I need money. What? What the hell?
Steps keep elevating. Last time was your pastry, now he's stealing your credit card?
Bro, he's going worse and worse. Why steal my credit card?
I mean, we had high expectations for Lori, having served his time in the Korean Army. You know, he was fearless out there. He did honestly pretty well.
도움이 됐느냐? 그 부분에 대해서는 도움이 됐을 리가 없지 않나. 조준 사격이 안 돼.
Some of the best moments for me was when we had to get the dynamite thing in the house, and then you win, and our whole team was basically dead, and Dennis, he just snuck the bomb into the house. That was unbelievable.
Wow! Wait, you won?
Yes.
You got the bomb in?
Yes.
You sneaky did?
Yes.
Oh.
I left my gun. It's right there.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like we really want to keep doing these team activities. I think just schedule-wise, with how busy our schedule is during a stage, it's very difficult to find these days. And ultimately, now it's, you know, back to hard work, and hopefully we don't have an opportunity to do these team activities because we go to Hawaii, and we can do the team activities in Hawaii and get creative there. So fingers crossed for that.
Hello guys, me and Gable C just arrived in Boston.
Yeah, obviously we're very happy now that Gable C and Fusions are here. We had Cameron quarantining in Korea, and finally, you know, after 2 weeks there, he can kind of fly over. Glad that it kind of aligned timeline-wise with when Gable C's visa would be approved.
일단 엄청 많이 기다려지고 까지 다 완벽하게 소화하지 못했던 것들 다 모두 보여줄 수 있을 것 같아.
Yeah, I think for June Joust, we're obviously a lot more optimistic. You know, we're very hopeful that we can do better, that we can be in the playoff race. So you know, hopefully we'll show a good performance and get to the tournament stage.
솔직히 말해서 어떻게 되기보다는 그냥 말하고 싶은 거는 최선을 다하겠다. 그리고 글래디 이번만큼은 진짜 이긴다.
The guys actually gained some confidence by how we played in the last 2 matches, and I think even though our June Joust tournament will also be a hard schedule, I think it will be a much different Boston Uprising than it was in the May melee.
Ha 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 ha!